Yeah, we can talk about paradoxes also.
Yeah, like who created this, what created this.
You know that grandfather paradox?
Yeah, it's an interesting paradox. Okay, that explains when, like we have to talk about it when we're talking about time travel.
But the thing is, I mean, scientifically, I don't know. Maybe according to physics, there is no way for us to travel back in time, right? Or is there a way?
So far, but some of the equations explains there is a possibility.
But we can only observe the past, but we can't go there, right?
Okay, so some equation says that, okay, you can go to past. Okay?
Okay. Theoretically.
Going to past means that it is not like you wearing some kind of helmet on, you sitting in a different chair. Okay, so you choose in which.
Yeah, bro, I have this doubt.
Yeah, in which like you want to go to 2000, 19 or 1800s. You want to see Jesus or you want to see God.
No, see, if I'm time traveling,
Okay.
I'm sitting in this place, right?
Okay.
I have a time machine right now with me.
Okay.
If I set the time to let's say just 1 month ago, this is February, right? I want to travel back to Jan 21st or something. And where would I be? If I would be into the same position of where I'm sitting right now, the earth is traveling at a speed of whatever the speed it's going at. Okay? So if I just be at the same spot, if I time travel, okay, not on earth but in space,
Okay.
I'll just be left alone in the space floating,
Yeah.
right? Like, does it work according to the wherever you're sitting, or does it work in the big scale on space?
Okay, so if I have to tell you a proper answer for that,
You have to be in a time machine.
yeah, I should have some experience going to past.
I mean, we have to take things into perspective from a bigger point of view, like on a massive scale.
Yeah, as we talked earlier, okay, time travel is possible. Okay, if you go in nearly speed of light, if you travel in space with higher velocities, okay, if you go a trip for 1 year or 2 year, 3 year or 4 year in space, okay, if you come back to Earth, okay, it will be 100 years after that. Okay, for example, if you travel to space, if you're going to space, okay, with some higher velocity near to speed of light or something like that, okay, so if you travel in space for 4 years with nearly the speed of light and you come back to Earth, okay, in just 4 years, it will be 4 years for you. Okay, so but when you come back to Earth, it will be futuristic. You don't know even Earth exists or doesn't exist, in what condition you will see the Earth. Okay, so you are going 4 years and you are coming after hundreds of years. Okay,
On Earth, it's just 4 years because
but
I'm
people
traveling
on
at
Earth,
the speed
it
of
will be
light.
like hundreds of years. Okay, so when you come back, okay, you just spent 4 years in that spacecraft, maybe watching all the series on Netflix. Okay, and you came back, it's just 4 years, right? You will feel like you haven't completed all the series which are on Netflix. But on Earth, it is 100 years from where you have, from the year that you started. Okay, you can say it's a kind of time travel, right? You are into future. Like you can't
but
see,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can't see 400 years what will be like after 400 years if you're on Earth. Like definitely we will die, right? If you go to space, yeah, you can. That's a kind of.
I mean, it's relative.
Yeah,
to
that's
you.
what Einstein said. Everything is relative.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, so this is the same thing that I'm asking. It is possible for us to see the future if we travel at the speed of light or something, but we can't go back in time.
Hopefully, we will not go to back. I mean, we won't go back. There is no possibility. Like once Stephen Hawking said, okay, so there are some laws, there are some theories. Okay, there are something we need to understand yet to explain this. Okay, how we can go to past or why we are not able to go back to the past.
Yeah,
grandfather paradox comes into, like as you mentioned, that grandfather paradox comes to that. Okay, let us imagine I go back to time. I mean, I go back in time. Okay, I go back to time and like I killed my grandfather. Okay, let us imagine. Let's not talk about each and everything in the grandfather paradox. Let's talk about few points. If I go back to time when my grandfather is there. Okay, I killed my grandfather before he gets married. My father won't be there.
Yeah.
When my father is not there, definitely I'll not be there. If I'm not here, I'll not go back to the space. Who kills grandfather? This is about grandfather paradox. Like it's a kind of cycle that you can't give an answer for that. So time travel is something like that. It depends on what perspective that you are into what kind of
And
beliefs.
also, I think we can't say that we can't go back in time
Yeah.
when there is no proof for us to not, to prove that it's not possible.
Yep, few people says that you are a cosmologist, you are a theoretical physicist, or you are something physicist. Okay, whatever you say, we can't prove it. If I say something, okay, so if I say something, it happens or not, it exists or not, we can't say that simply. Okay,
yeah.
so if I say it exists, I need to show some proper evidence for that. Okay, and if I say that it is not exist, I should show some proper evidence, some information to that, right? I can't simply say that this happens, that happens.
Yeah.
But few people thinks that we can just say that. Okay, if you have to prove something, if you're saying some statement, okay, it in physics or in cosmology, in theoretical physics, if we say something, there are two ways we can prove it. Okay, so the first thing is that mathematical equations.
Yeah.
And the second thing is that you can prove that by seeing that thing happen. Okay.
Yeah, by observing.
By observing it. Okay. So even Einstein proposed this theory, right? Theory of relativity. The light.
And when it comes to proving things by observing, then there is other thing called Schrodinger's cat.
Yeah.
And that's confusing as well.
Yeah, it was made to confuse people.
Yeah, in a way.
Yeah.
So even that contradicts to a lot of theoretical physics, like whatever that we prove till now, like it doesn't matter to that particular theory.
Yeah.
Like, it only happens because you're observing it.
Yeah. Yeah, like
That blows my mind every time I read something like that.
yeah, if it doesn't blows your mind, believe me, it is not physics, it is not science.
Yeah.
It's not that. It needs to blow your mind, right? If something is there which blows your mind, then you look at that. Okay, you conduct research, you do experiments, you fail, you learn, you come up with some improvements, right?
Yeah.
It takes a lot of time to prove something, right? And so Einstein proposed a lot of things, right? It took a lot of years, it took decades to prove.